Good morning and welcome to My West Michigan. It is Friday. It is July 12th, and you are looking at a live picture from our WZZM 13 Tower Cam.
I don't care what the weather is. It's Friday.
Yep.
That's just all.
The weekend is almost here.
Yes.
I want to give a special welcome to our guest co-hosts this morning. I have Melinda Slater right next to me and Helen Miller down next to her.
Welcome, ladies. We're excited to have you on the couch.
Yeah, these fabulous women entered a contest to win tickets to the I Mom So Hard show at DeVos Performance Hall tomorrow night. And more importantly, this little visit to our program, although they admitted to me there's a dinner that came with it and wine. And wine.
Yes. Entice them slightly to join the contest.
That's a course dinner.
Yeah. But both of these women mom hard. Melinda is the mother of two girls, ages 7 and 5. Helen has a 4-year-old boy and a 2-year-old girl. And according to both of their bios, they and their families enjoy spending time together and making memories. And we are glad to have them here weighing in on the news of the day.
Yes. Thank you for having us.
Yes, but you'll want that wine after you're done on the couch.
We do.
And I love that you're not ashamed to admit it.
Yeah, no.
Hey, where are the kiddos this morning? Are they watching?
Husband has them.
Oh,
Give a shout out.
I know.
Yeah.
Hi, Isabel. Hi, Olivia.
Hi, Parker. Hi, Olivia. I have an Olivia too.
Oh,
Okay.
what
And
a
you
great
two
name.
Just meeting for the first time, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And yet, they're going to be friends. I
Yes.
predict. They dressed alike. They both wore floral. They have
Good
kids in the
choice.
same age group. I think a play date is in order. I love that. We make a lot of business connections in our green room, but maybe it'll just be a friendship connection and the kids, I love that.
those.
All of it. All right, well, we got to get to work here and talk about the news of the day. The mind cannot help but go back to memories of Katrina as the Gulf Coast once again is bracing for a potentially destructive storm. Tropical Storm Barry is bringing wind and rain to the region, threatening to turn into a hurricane, the first of the season. The governor of Louisiana has declared a state of emergency, warning that the entire coast of Louisiana is at play in this storm. They've lined up 300 buses in case evacuations are ordered. The 3,000 National Guard troops standing ready. So this is potentially a mess, and it's a slow-moving storm, which means it'll kind of park itself over that area and rain a lot.
Which they don't need. Although they say this is the first time that it's going to be tested post-Katrina when they went in and did all of the reinforcements. So they're going to know whether or not those reinforcements really did work and will do something for the city. So
There's something to be said for
crossed.
testing that, I suppose,
Yes.
but oh my. Singer R. Kelly was arrested by federal authorities in Chicago Thursday on new sex crime charges. According to a report in USA Today, the charges include child pornography, enticement of a minor, and obstruction of justice. This dude is in it deep. Back in February, he was charged with 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse. He pleaded not guilty. Then a grand jury in May indicted him, 11 more charges. Of course, there have been rumors and accusations about R. Kelly for decades. If you watched that Lifetime documentary, did any of you ever watch it?
You did, didn't you?
I watched it.
You were
yeah.
glued to it.
Yeah, it's been kind of an industry secret for years that he's troubled, to say it as gently as you can. But I think it was that documentary that has kind of renewed interest in this case, and prosecutors are going after him. He denies everything. His spokesman's holding a news conference later this morning. Terrible case. A candidate for governor in Mississippi is coming under fire for refusing a female reporter's request to shadow him on a campaign trip. Republican State Representative Robert Foster said because the reporter is a woman, she cannot ride along with him for the day unless she has a male colleague with her. Larison Campbell is the reporter. She said Foster was concerned about the public perception of them being together, that if so-called trackers saw them, they could use it to insinuate some sort of extramarital affair. So Campbell went to her editor with the request, and the editor said no, and cited 2 reasons: because the request was so sexist, and because newsrooms are stretched so thin, they couldn't give up 2 people to be on this day of coverage. Apparently Foster and his wife follow the Billy Graham rule. That's where he will not spend time alone with any woman who is not his wife. So there's never a situation that would cause suspicion or compromise his marriage. Of course, there's a lot of discussion around this about whether or not a man can have this would be a professional experience without having wandering thoughts or something, or worse, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, and this is happening in the business world too, where when
Yes.
you have your review, if your boss is a male and you're a female, they're now bringing in a third person just to sit there so that they can know that if you're in a closed door meeting, nothing happened. And so I feel like, yes, the Me Too movement has done a lot, but it's also made people rethink everything about like, well, he said, she said, what happened? And so I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
I feel that it's 2019, and I would be heartbroken if somebody strictly didn't want to spend, like, give me that mentorship or that experience or professionalism just because I'm a woman. Like, I don't know. Or because they feel uncomfortable that something could go wrong. You shouldn't feel, you know, I don't know.
It's almost like we've gone in reverse,
Yeah.
you know, where like we're doing the Me Too movement and they're saying, hey, you know, respect me for what I can do and being smart and so forth.
Yeah.
And now it's gone so extreme where people are, you know, being accused and in the public eye being, you know, thought to be guilty before being proven.
Yeah.
And that they're saying, okay, well now, because you are a woman, I'm afraid to be with you. And so it's
Yes,
kind
yeah.
of making it go full circle almost.
It's going to hurt women in the workplace in particular, because the men are not going to want to offer, as you said,
Yeah.
that mentorship or, you know, look, if you can't have a closed door meeting with your boss, you are not going to be on the inside rail.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
just the truth of it. You guys ever run into anything like this?
I haven't,
No.
but I know a lot of people who have, and it's very frustrating
Yeah.
to feel like we were making a little bit of progress and then
Going back.
Going back.
Yeah. Remember, Mike Pence came under fire because he said he would not have a lunch meeting with a female other than his wife, mother. You know, calls her mother, so do I. Hey, poor Meghan Markle. She just cannot get a break. Speaking of mothers, right?
Yeah. Right.
New mom just had her baby in May. Well, she's had her first experience with mom shaming. And this is so sad. People are criticizing her for the way she's holding baby Archie. The paparazzi captured Meghan and Kate along with their kids watching a polo match over the weekend. Their husbands were playing in the match. See how she's holding Archie? She held him through the whole match. It didn't take long. Her critics let forth. They said, she's awkward. She's not looking natural in her role as a mother. She lacks maternal instincts because she's holding the baby that way. Now, parenting experts have come to Meghan's defense and said she's holding Archie just fine. But women, what about this mom shaming? There's so much of it going on right now.
so much. I'm way over it. You have to do things certain way.
Yeah. Have you experienced it yourselves?
Yes.
And what
definitely.
are some of the things?
I've been told, like, some of my girls have some medical issues, so I do too much for that, making sure that my opinions are fully covered and all my questions are answered.
Oh my gosh,
But that's way too much.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah.
That's advocating for your kids and being
Right?
a mom.
Uh-huh.
Patient advocate. They can't advocate for themselves. So.
Yeah.
And what do you think about the way she was holding her baby?
It's fine.
Totally fine.
Babies get heavy after a while, so she's probably getting sore.
No, for
Yeah.
Yeah. They may look small, but they...
Well, that poor woman can't do anything right lately. You know, she's really coming under fire. And she's going to be back at Wimbledon this weekend. You know, she was criticized at Wimbledon because she didn't want her photo taken. She's on maternity leave, you know, from having this baby. But anyway, she'll be back at Wimbledon this weekend, so we'll see what happens.
I'll be interested to see what seat she chooses.
Yeah.
If she chooses a different seat this time around. If she truly wants the privacy, there's a private seat she can choose.
Yeah. All right, I am a bit of a stickler when it comes to a few things. Grammar, I care about grammar, you guys. And manners, although I don't profess to have the best of manners. You've got to break the rules sometimes. But there's an article making its way around the internet that talks about bringing back some etiquette rules that we've kind of lost over the decades. And so I wanted to know what you ladies think about a few of them, okay? Okay. So answer the phone with a proper greeting. Have you called someone and they said, "What's up?" or "Talk to me" when they picked up the phone? Whatever happened to a simple hello or good afternoon? Right.
Yeah, I'm guilty of it. But when I'm talking I'm
She
gonna
would
be
be
straight
guilty.
up with you. I'm like, yo, hello.
Oh my gosh.
But
You say yo.
all right.
does,
No,
yes.
I do that with people I'm very close with, but I mean, my last job, my boss was very laid back, and so like he would be like, "Yo, Sash," I'm like, "Yo, what up?" So you know, I don't know, that's just me.
Well, it worked for you. Okay, how about RSVPs? right?
Yes, you have to do that.
RSVP as soon as possible. I know life is busy, but technically social etiquette dictates you have just 24 hours to RSVP.
I didn't know it was
after you get that.
24 hours.
I didn't know either. Planning is expensive though, and it's only courteous to give the host your answer in a timely manner, and never assume you can bring a +1 if it wasn't included on the invitation.
Agreed.
You know,
100%.
Right? The costs skyrocket if everybody brings a
Are you good
+1.
at responding right away
Yes.
though?
I
Are you?
am. I
try
get it
to.
in the mail.
Yeah.
And it's out.
Well,
Because I want
within
people
10
to do it
minutes.
to me.
Yes.
So I want,
I'm a little guilty of like
Me too.
sitting on it for a
Same.
second because sometimes I have to figure out my calendar. Sometimes I have to find a babysitter for Ray.
Little baby
The
Ray.
dog needs childcare.
I am guilty of this though. I didn't realize that my best friend got married last year, and she was just like hounding everybody like RSVP because you pay for each plate.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. A
Yes.
month later.
Oh, Sasha. Sasha's really,
I am not okay. I need a touch up.
Okay, how about this one? Stand when you're being introduced. It's easy to stay seated when you meet a new coworker or a friend of a friend at lunch, but the most polite way to do that is to stand up and greet them with a smile and a handshake.
Yeah.
I have to say, I don't do that, but when people do it to me, I'm so impressed. And it just like takes them up a notch in my mind. And then, but why I don't do it, I don't know. But it is impressive when you see someone stand up and do it.
Very nice.
Yeah.
A few of the other ones in the article were giving someone your full attention instead of just checking your phone. That would be bad. Are you talking about like in a meeting or something?
Well,
Val?
no, like a lot of times people will be, and I do this sometimes, especially with my husband, when he's like, and I'll be like, oh, yep, no, I just have this one, yep, I'm totally listening to you.
Yeah.
Oh, I always go, hold on. Okay, what was it? And I go real dramatic. Okay, what was it? And then he goes,
Not that much different because really if you're in a conversation, my mom used to always teach me, look somebody in the eye from the time I was very little. Even when I can remember her, I was like 4 or 5 and I was like, blah, blah, blah. And she would get down on my level and she would take my chin and she would say, look at me and tell me what you're saying. And so that eye contact thing came very early in life.
My grade school teacher actually taught me that because I would just be like, dee, 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 and then like, Sasha, look at me. And the same thing with coughing. I used to be that child that go, and like, and then they're like, Sasha, no. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry.
That was another one that was in this article about when you sneeze or you cough, you should in your elbow.
also keep your personal items off the table when you're in a restaurant. And never arrive empty-handed when you're invited to someone's home, whether it's for the big game or a cookout.
Yeah, it
always
doesn't-
take something, eh?
I always do. Like, especially if I'm going to someone's house for like the first time. And it doesn't have to be like their housewarming party, but even if it's like, hey, we want you to come over and I know I haven't been there before, I always bring them like a lucky bamboo plant or a money plant or something to bring them luck, just a little something that they can set whatever, because I don't know what their decor is, but although when producer Denise has her big pig roast in the summer, I bring big thing of toilet paper because
Good thinking. I wouldn't have thought of that.
you
Yeah.
might run out, right? If you're gonna have 60 people there, you might need that necessity, or at least tomorrow,
Oh
right?
my gosh. All right. Women, have you heard about the ice cream liquor? You know the story of the ice cream liquor? In case for those folks at home, there have been copycats of this. The woman opened and licked a container of ice cream, put it back in the grocery store freezer. She did it on her cell phone camera, then posted it. It went viral. Well, now people are posting different videos showing how they changed the way they buy their ice cream because of it. Some are, look at this is sliced the first inch off.
That's amazing.
Find it in the back of the freezer, dig all the way to the back.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can buy the single serve ones so you don't have to scoop it out of a container.
Oh my God.
Isn't
And they're
that
posting these videos using the hashtag buying ice cream in 2019.
sad?
Dangerous times, folks.
Yeah.
But will it change your habits?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You do, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I look at I'm crazy in the grocery store. I look at every expiration date on every single product I buy.
I do too.
Everyone.
How long
do you
does
do?
it take?
I'm so anal when it comes to that.
How long
Like,
does it take
ugh.
you to grocery shop?
Right.
Well, a while.
We don't
but
have time for that. I didn't go.
You're busy momming so hard.
Yeah, kids
This is
get
part
you.
of my momming so hard. I don't know. I just and pretty soon you know exactly on every container where it is,
Yep.
right?
Right.
And so you know exactly how to quickly look and get what you need and
Yep.
move on. And okay, confess if you do this. Do you, like in the milk fridge,
Yeah.
do you look for the newest one? Like if it says July 30th and then there's one that says August 3rd, I'm diving deep on August 3.
Drives my husband crazy. I'm like, you better not get the one that's not the most fresh.
Yes, that's exactly right. I've taught my kids to do the same.
I love that bread.
I'm glad I'm not alone.
Yes, no, and I'm not so much that way. I'm just like, I just need bread, and
Yeah.
I throw it in the cart. And my husband's like, did you look at the date? Did you look at the date?
See.
And he will take it to the nth degree, where he will pull out the racks
Oh, no.
of bread. So embarrassing. I'm like, I'm moving. You come when you got the bread. I'm
Right.
moving on to the next thing. I'm not claiming you as mine right now, but he will dig all the way to the back, and for like one extra day.
All right, we like to keep people up to date on the latest fashion trends here on our little program, and today there's a new one for your fingernails.
Yes. Okay. So you remember the lava lamps from the 70s?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So here's a quick little pic in case anybody out there doesn't remember. They, kind of were glowy and had the globs and so forth. Enter the new trend of lava nails.
No.
Look at this. What do you think? I think they're kind of cool. Hers
Oh, wow.
actually move. I don't know how this nail artist
right.
did it, but it actually has some lava flow.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how you'd get much done or change diapers with these nails.
Right.
You know, they're pokey. Yeah,
don't
or
think
wipe
you
some
could.
faces off. I'm not sure
Right.
how that would happen, but man, they're kind of fun.
Yeah,
you know.
they are
Well,
actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I don't
there you
know how those globs are moving in there, though.
Right.
That's,
No, that place is
that sounds like an infection waiting to happen.
Yes.
thinking
No
intern.
time for that.